What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Reolink Trackmix battery powered camera. Taking a look at the specs, this has both a wide angle and telephoto lens, automatic pan and tilt tracking, a built-in spotlight, a 2K 4 megapixel resolution, smart car, people, and pet detection, two-way audio, and a built-in 5100 milliamp battery. Taking a look inside the box, you have the charging cable, which is a USB-A to USB-C cable, installation hardware, quick start guide, the sticker here that says 24-hour video surveillance from Reolink, your mounting template for the wall or ceiling, and then last but not least, you have the actual camera itself. Beside the camera, I also have the Reolink solar panel, which I highly recommend getting with this camera. By having this with the camera, it'll help keep your camera charged all year round and make it a lot more maintenance free. And just to give you an idea of what this solar panel looks like, a lot larger than other solar panels I've seen with cameras, but that's a good thing, as it'll actually pump out a lot more watts to keep the camera charged more easily. So taking a look at the camera itself, this thing is built like a tank. It overall feels very heavy duty and actually weighs a little more than 3 pounds. This upper area is all made of metal as well. Then you have covers on a few things that are also made of metal. So overall, a very solid and well-built camera. So taking a look at the front of the camera, you have two lenses here. As I said earlier, one is a telephoto lens and one is a wide angle lens. Coming down here, you have your LED spotlight, which is very, very bright, a lot brighter than I thought it would be. Then next to it right here, you have two IR sensors so it can see in the dark. Coming to the top, you have this little door here, which has screws on it. You take those off, and inside you can put in the SD card. Right over here, another flap, same thing, has screws on it. And under that, you have your reset button and your on and off switch. Then right here, you have these two big Wi-Fi antennas so you can get a good reception to the camera. Then last but not least, you have your charging cable, which is to charge your camera either by USB-C to like a power bank or your wall if you don't have the solar panel, or in my case to connect to the solar panel. What I like about this as well is inside here it has this little track, so when you mount this on the wall, it makes it much easier to conceal and run the wire up to the solar panel. Alright, so getting this installed is a pretty easy process. After you get the camera set up in the Reolink app, you'll want to mount this camera wherever you want it on your house. So in the box, they include this little template here. So if you're installing it on the wall, you use this one. Then if you're installing it on the ceiling, you use this one. So if you look at the mount here, you have one section here to put it on the wall. Then you have another set of screws here if you want to mount it under something as well. In my opinion, the easiest way to install this is just to grab this template. Well, first grab the camera, put it up wherever you want it, find the best position for it, and kind of take note of that. And then just tape this onto the wall. Drill a hole there, drill a hole there, drill holes where you need it. Take this off, put in your screws, hang your camera up, and then that's all there is to it. Very easy. As long as you can use a drill or a screwdriver, anybody should be able to do this, no problem at all. All right, so here's my makeshift ghetto installation here. I zip tied it to my gutter. I plan to put it somewhere over here, but I still got to take it down and review it. So I just put it there temporarily, and then once I'm done with this review, I'll be putting it up there and then throw my solar panel somewhere on the roof. All right, so opening up the app, this is what you'll see when you first log in. In my case, I already have two different cameras from Reolink. I have my front doorbell camera. I have another battery powered camera, which for my back door camera. And then I have the new Trackmix that I'm reviewing now, which I have as my driveway camera. So clicking on the camera, this is what you'll see here. It shows you two different views. Right here, you have your telephoto lens, then you have your wide angle lens. If you don't want to see them both, you can also click this up here, and this will switch it to a single view. So right now it defaults to the telephoto lens. But if you wanted to see a larger view, you can come down here to PTZ, click zoom, and you could drag that all the way back, and that'll switch to the other lens. Then you can zoom all the way in, and then that'll switch to the telephoto lens. You can tell which lens is on just by looking at the picture. See, right now it's still the telephoto, and you see when I zoom out a little bit, the color changes. It's a lot more noticeable when it's daytime. You can see the color profile drastically change. So coming back to the main screen here, you have a few different buttons at the bottom. Let me go ahead and click on single view. That one actually gives you a few more options. So you have your pause and play for your live view. You have your sound if you want to listen to what's going on outside. It's a very good microphone. You can hear everything very well. Right now I have it high. You can hear the wind. You probably hear some crackling as well because right now it's 4th of July and everybody's throwing out fireworks. Then right here you could take a screenshot of what's on your screen currently. And then right here you could record what's on your screen. And then this toggle here, you could choose between the video quality. So right now this would be fluent, so it'll be a lot easier to stream, less quality. But if you have a better internet connection, definitely use that high mode or clear mode, and that'll give you a much sharper and higher quality image. Coming to the bottom, you have a few different things. Here you have talk. So if you see something going on there, you want to tell them, hey, get out of my house or whatever it may be, just click on that. And then that'll bring you to this screen here. And then you could talk to them through that. It's a pretty loud camera. It's not like really, really loud, but it's more than loud enough to get the job done. And then right here, you have your PTZ functions. So as I said earlier, this says automatic tracking. So if it detects right now like this car was moving, the camera will start following it as it tracks the camera all the way to the back as far as it can track it. But if you're looking at this, you see something going on, you want to track it as well, you can do this manually. You can just hold this down and you can see I can pan all across my yard. And then over here, you can program different positions. It's kind of like having multiple cameras in one. So instead of me manually panning the camera to where I want it to be, I have front of driveway and back of driveway. So I click front of driveway, it'll automatically move back to the position I programmed it. Right there, you see the front of my driveway. And if I click back of driveway, now it'll automatically switch and view the back of my driveway where I set it as well. So if you have a this camera can go 350 degrees, so it can pretty much make a full circle. So if you want to monitor this side, you can have a preset for that, monitor that side, preset for that. And everywhere you kind of a traction point you want to keep an eye on, you can set up a preset so you don't have to manually pan, and you can just click that and it'll automatically move to where you want it to move. I didn't get a recording of it, but the movement of this camera is nearly silent. I have it maybe 5 feet off the ground right now, and I cannot hear this camera moving at all. I thought it was going to be kind of loud and go bzzz, bzzz, and kind of be a dead giveaway if there's a camera there. But it is extremely silent. I don't hear it at all. So as I said earlier, this camera has automatic tracking, which works very well. And once it's done tracking you, it'll actually return to the set position where it stays by default. Besides this, as I showed you earlier, you can also pan or tilt this camera manually from the app as well. So the video quality on this camera is definitely very good. I've tried many cameras at this point, and Reolink remains to be one of the best I've tried. Not only because of how well the camera works, but also how easy it is to browse and use the app as well. As I said earlier, this now makes it my 3rd Reolink camera I own, and I can see myself getting 1 or 2 more in the future as well. So one of the features that drew me to this camera is the rotating spotlight. My driveway has always been very dark at night, and my original plan was to throw up a few motion sensing lights. But this camera actually works a lot better in the sense that I not only have a light in my driveway now, but one that follows me as well. And despite being a small LED on the camera, it actually lights up my entire driveway, no problem at all. Overall, this is definitely another great camera from Reolink. If you're looking for a battery-powered camera that will cover a large area, then I highly recommend taking a look at this one here, which is the Reolink Trackmix. They have this in a few different versions. They have a Wi-Fi and a POE version, but this one I have here is the battery-powered version. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and I'll do what I can to help. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time.